Welcome to Boomhauer69's channel, and today Boomhauer's gonna do a video about an article I found here. This is about a Milwaukee product. Well, I knew, just like the Ryobi came out with a wall mounts, 2 boxes and shelving and stuff for your tools and stuff for your workshop. You know, they call it the Ryobi Links modular storage system, which is basically little plastic shelvings and 2 boxes you can buy and mount on the wall. That's what Ryobi came out with. Well, according to this tool guides, it says your new Milwaukee Packout workshop storage products. So Milwaukee must have seen Ryobi do that and decide, you know what, I'm going to jump on board and I'm going to make a wall mount system like you see here in the pictures. And I imagine it won't be long before DeWalt's Tough System comes out with their version of wall mount storage containers and shelving stuff, you know. So I'll read it here. Milwaukee Tools will be launching a new line of Packout shop storage solutions. Basically, Milwaukee's expanding their Packout tool storage lineup with a new line of wall-mounted mountable systems. I can tell you what they did. They first waited and see how people liked the Ryobi, and so they jumped on board, you know. Because Ryobi was I think if I remember right, was the first to come out with a wall mount storage system, you know. And so Milwaukee is like, hey, that's kind of neat. We'll try to build one. The first wave of products will consist of more than 20 products, including wall plates, hooks, racks, holders, and a cabinet. The new Packout wall-mounted shop storage products are expected to launch in June 2022. More information will be available closer to that time. Now, I don't use Milwaukee Packout. I use the DeWalt Tough System 2.0 2-box system myself, and so I wouldn't be able to use this unless I went and bought a bunch of Milwaukee 2 boxes and was using Milwaukee 2 boxes. But since I use a lot of DeWalt 2s, I went with DeWalt 2 boxes. In the meantime, let's take a closer look at some of the new products. There's some pictures of how holdouts for drills and batteries and what have. A lot of new Packout shop storage products look to be very versatile and multifunctional, but there are some specialized accessories as well. Shown here is a cordless drill and driver docking station with room for 2 M18 size tools plus flat spacers on top to fit standard chargers. There will also be a hookup tray for holding other types of cordless power tools. So there's some pictures here, as you can see on screen. That looks kind of neat, you know. See, if you're already got the Milwaukee line of tools and you're using Milwaukee 2 boxes, it would make perfect sense for one to go with their wall mount system here. There will also be a new M12 and M18 battery holders right here. As you can see, they have different kinds of batteries. That's one thing I like about DeWalt. Most of the DeWalt tools I have, they all take one standard kind of battery. You don't have all these fancy oddball size weird shaped batteries like some of these tools like you see here in this Milwaukee here. You got some kind of odder ones that probably wouldn't work with certain ones, and I like how DeWalt's batteries are practically universal, you know. Unless you have some of the very old DeWalt stuff, you know, then it might be different. The images also show off a new Milwaukee Packout side opening cabinet. It looks like the new Packout cabinet can stack on top of Milwaukee other Packout toolboxes. The Packout 4-wheel dolly and other such Packout compatible products and accessories. I do like that little kind of like cabinet, little slide up cabinet. That is kind of neat. If you want to store stuff and you want to keep it kind of hidden and you don't want people to see that stuff, and keep it kind of out of sight. And I can see where that would be handy, having a little cabinet, especially for smaller stuff. Hand tool storage options include a screwdriver holder and pliers and rails. And right now in my garage, I got a bunch of old screwdrivers just floating in a toolbox, and I can see where that would be handy if you want to organize certain screwdrivers and stuff. There's also pen, pencil, marker cups, as well as a general purpose hooks that can hold tools from hammers to cordless blowers and yada yada. Right there. Large hooks can be used to hold things like step ladders, extension cords, or air hoses. There's also an accessories to holders and long handle tools such as brooms. It appears that there will be full width as well as half width mounting plates. There's even a paper towel holder. You can't go wrong with having some paper towels on hand to wipe stuff on or clean your hands or whatever the case may be, And there even appears to be a paper towel. It says the accessories seem well thought out with versatile in mind. Here's a double hook accessory being used to hold smaller rolls of tape and paper holders as being used as lower roll. How much of this stuff Ryobi already came out with and stuff, and Milwaukee just probably stole some of their ideas and made it their own without violating any, copyright infringements or whatever, Because Ryobi, if I remember right, Ryobi was the first one to come out with all this kind of wall mount workshop stuff with their tool line boxes, their toolbox line stuff, and now Milwaukee's jumping on board like, hey, we're coming out with one, so it won't be long. And then, of course, DeWalt and all the other ones out there will have to jump on board as well. So, how much of this was actually already thought of by Ryobi, and then Milwaukee just basically stole their idea and probably made it a little bit better plastic than what probably Ryobi did. Here's another look at the new selection. Oh, what do you think the future mobile or metal storage integration will look like? ? The new Packout cabinets, as well as Milwaukee's Packout 2 and 3 drawer toolboxes, only require front accessibility. Couldn't there be a saddle-shaped attachment that allows for side-mounted accessories without hampering typical Packout stacking and connectivity? There's a lot Milwaukee can do with this space and related posts about Milwaukee's. And then there's some comments down there. But yeah, I kind of figured that it wouldn't be long before some other tool company jumped on board and made their own little wall mount tool storage like Ryobi, because I know Ryobi, I think, was the first to kind of come out with their system, and now Milwaukee's hurrying up and coming out with their system, They all do it, they all copy each other. It's like, to me, nobody really anymore kind of gets, like, I say creative with some of this stuff, like it's all they make them practically all the same their toolboxes. I wouldn't be a bit surprised in what another couple months or so DeWalt comes out with their wall mount tough system thing, and what I thought was is a lot of these companies probably seen Ryobi do it, and they was probably watching and seeing how consumers acted, and there was probably at the time a lot of consumers saying, boy, I wish my Milwaukee Packout or my DeWalt would have that sort of system. So they probably got a ton of complaints that people say, hey, why don't you have that sort of setup for your tool line? And so, Milwaukee probably thought, they probably got a lot of comments and letters sent to them and through email, whatever, people saying, why don't you guys come out with that setup for wall mount space, and which I think is a great idea. Don't get me wrong, I think it's great that they're doing that. They're coming out. Me, I use the DeWalt Tough system, so I'll have to wait and see what DeWalt does before I can get a wall mount system. See what DeWalt has, and they might already got it out, and I don't even realize it. But yeah, I imagine people probably got a hold of Milwaukee Corporation. Hey, why don't you make a system like that? And Milwaukee probably got enough letters, information, comments on Facebook pages or whatever, a bunch of contacts where they decide, all right, why don't we come up with a basic system, It will be neat to see what Ryobi and Milwaukee kind of adds to this wall mount system. What kind of unique things are they going to do that's going to be different compared to the competitors, Because right now, a lot of this, I think, is about what Milwaukee came out with. It's just Ryobi has the same stuff, and it will be neat to see what kind of different storage shelving are they going to come out with wall mounts, and same thing with their toolboxes. What kind of unique different things are they going to add that Ryobi never thought of, or DeWalt never thought of, like in that realm? What are they going to add? It'd be neat to see what they come up with, I like looking at this stuff, and then I think it's neat. And I think it's great because then all these other two companies out there making their style toolboxes and storage containers, it'll make them to eventually want to jump on board like the DeWalt Tough system. Maybe DeWalt will see that, Milwaukee's doing it as well, so we'll jump on board and make our workshop tools. Because obviously, scroll down here, like these right here, obviously these are more designed, these little Milwaukee drill holders things here, holders and stuff are obviously designed for Milwaukee tools and probably wouldn't work with DeWalt tools. So if I wanted something like that for my DeWalt tools, I'd have to buy some generic thingy made for DeWalt, or wait until DeWalt comes out with their wall mount system and stuff, which I think it's a neat idea, to create space, and make a workshop a little more nice and clean instead of just having everything thrown all over the place, and it would be a lot more, and it would take up a lot less space versus having all these metal shelves or wooden shelvings, that would take up a lot of space. But yeah, I think it's great that Milwaukee's doing this, making this system, and I just hope DeWalt sees it and they jump on board, because that would help me out a lot in creating and storage and tools and stuff, because I use DeWalt tools. I'm on the DeWalt line of tools and toolboxes and stuff, and it'll be neat to me to see what creative thing they'll come out with that like Ryobi never thought of. What will be that unique little wall mount storage container will they come out with? What will that be neat thing that they'll create that Ryobi never thought of, because, and my question is, are they all made out of the same plastic, or is one more durable than the other? That's always runs in my mind. How how good quality is the plastic. Clearly you can tell this is all made out of plastic, and I wonder how good of a plastic is it going to be. Is it going to be good, sturdy, and take the abuse, Because, for example, let's say some construction business or some sort of business out there buys this for the tools and stuff. A lot of employees are not going to care. They're going to be rough and bang on stuff and beat on stuff. So I wonder how, durable is it going to be? Is it going to last a very long time, or is it just super cheap plastic that just breaks? That's one of the things that crosses my mind. But although at the end of the day, I think this is great and neat what Milwaukee's doing. I think it's great that they came out with this. Came out with their own type of wall mount workshop, system, because I can see where this would be handy in certain cases, If you're a person that don't want to add a bunch of, metal shelving and wood shelving, this would free up a lot of space and give you more room for bigger stuff, Like, for example, if you got, like a big old giant table saw or big old bandsaw or drill press or something, and you need room for that stuff, having this setup, would create more room, and so yeah, I can see where this would be handy, but my question is how good and good quality is it? Is it going to be one of those made out of that plastic that's built to last, or is it one of those easy to break where after about 6 or 7 months or a year you end up have to buy new and stuff? How long is the plastic gonna hold up to abuse? But yeah, I think this is all around a great system. My thought is I hope the Walt catches on and they make their wall mount system, but it seems like if one company does it, then another company does it, and then eventually they all do it. So yeah. So my initial thoughts is I think this is neat. That Milwaukee's coming out with their wall mount system as well, like Ryobi. I just hope they come up with some unique things that Ryobi never thought of that will make them at least stand out, And yeah, so if you like this sort of content, feel free to subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to be doing more videos about articles and stuff I find on the internet and stuff. So if you like this sort of videos, feel free to subscribe to my channel, because I'll be doing more of this sort of content. And hope you all have a good day, and hope you learned something, and hope you found this video enjoyable, and I thank you all for watching, and thank you to all my new subscribers, old subscribers, and everybody in between. I want to thank you all and anybody watching this. I want to take time to thank you all for watching this, and